What's up, y'all? I'm back to do another video. This time we're going to do Boosie. All right, so listen. Boosie seems to be caught up in a little bit of drama as it relates to a guy who was unfortunately passed away during a hazing ritual, right? And this happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And an investigation, of course, they launched an investigation. I believe 3 people were arrested, and yeah, let's get into this. So Boosie, and I'm not necessarily gonna do a reading on the guy himself, other than like, will justice be served? But this is more about Boosie and the people. Actually, let me go ahead and try to find this. Bootsy wants the family of the hazing victims of Caleb Wilson to reach out. She says he's been trying to give them 20K. So Boosie seemed to be very hurt. So basically, Caleb again had this unfortunate situation that happened, and then Boosie wanted to do, I guess, include him and honor him in some way during the Boosie Bash, right? That's the little concerts that he throws every single year. Unfortunately, the parents of Caleb, and then of course, I guess the city, or the I guess whoever this person was, she somebody in politics. They seem to be very they seem to not agree with the drama. So Boosie says he may move Boosie Bash from Louisiana after facing legal action over Caleb Wilson's scholarship drama. So he actually was trying to do like a scholarship thing, right, for this particular guy. So basically, it's saying Boosie is considering taking his Boosie Bash away from Louisiana following the drama surrounding his Caleb Wilson scholarship announcement. If you recall, Boosie announced that he would do a scholarship to honor the Southern University student who died as a result of hazing. Attorney General Liz Morrell threatened legal action against the rapper for using Caleb's name to get clout for his music festival. Lawyers for Caleb's family said they thought Boosie was only donating to already establish the scholarship to an already, so the family already has something in place, and I guess Boosie did something separate and apart. I could see where Boosie was trying to, his heart was in the right place. I could see where, to start a scholarship for somebody is a big deal. Let me just say this. As a parent, and I have a daughter that's literally, 16, and, I would love for her to go to LSU. I'm kind of praying on that. But I think I think what Boosie probably should have done, especially, you're from the South, is, Baton Rouge, people are more private. Bad enough, this is all over the internet. I'm glad it's being exposed, but I'm saying as a person from the South, people are a little bit more private, right? I think for Bootsy, even though, he later said something about please reach out to me, I think the initial thing to do would have been to like reach out to them before you even attached Caleb's name to, a scholarship or a Bootsy Bash or anything like that, right? I think it would have, probably been a little bit reduce confusion by just reaching out to the family to say, hi, my name is Torrance. This story truly touched my heart. I would love to do something for Caleb. I would love to do a scholarship for him. And then they would have been able to say, hey, we already have a fund available. Let's see if you can just donate to that. Or, hey, we're not comfortable with him being attached to the Boosie Badge. They would have had more of a say versus you're on an interview with the news in Baton Rouge talking about something that you haven't clearly clarified with them, right? I think that's where the miscommunication is. I wouldn't take my Boosie Badge from Louisiana. Why punish everybody because of a misunderstanding, right? But I think as a parent, and especially being from Louisiana, I'm from New Orleans, but especially being from Louisiana, I think it's important to really kind of not just make announcements and attach yourself to things before you speak to somebody's family, before you go to the news, before you make an announcement, before. And I know, Boosie has a tendency to be passionate about things and he just kind of speaks out. But, I think that is very important that, and you don't know what that family's background is. You don't know what their beliefs are. You don't know if they want to be attached to anything related to Boosie. Boosie is, cursing, guns, talking trash. You don't know what, like, you just got to be careful. You just have to be careful. So I think for me, I think what Boosie probably should have done is like made sure that he made touch contact with somebody before he even made an announcement, before he put it on social media, before he did an interview on the news. I think I even seen him like on a news segment where he was talking about it, and I appreciate that. But again, this is somebody's child, and this is a young guy, and this is not a celebrity, so I think it's important that people need to keep in mind that person has a family, and that we may need to reach out to the family. Just like the incident with the girl from the lady from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She passed away, Kiki. I know her. Her mom. I was very when Kiki first passed, she reached out to me, and I remember just honoring the fact that, like, I didn't discuss it. I could have easily gone online. I could have easily discussed it. She had already told me what happened before it hit social media. But I was mindful that this is somebody's child, right? Even though Kiki's a grown woman at the time, I didn't just take it and capitalize off of it, which I could have, right? I could have said, okay, you know what? Her mom is a client, and she literally told me what happened before she passed, but that's something I'll never discuss, right? And I think, like, it's important to honor people and make sure you read the room before you make a statement about things, right? So let's get into the messages around Boosie. Was his heart truly in the right place when he decided to do the scholarship fund for Caleb Wilson? Give me the energy around Boosie. Was his heart truly in the right place? Was he doing this because he felt touched by this? Was he doing this because it was a clout move? What is the energy around Boosie? What were his intentions with the Caleb Wilson scholarship Boosie bash drama that broke out? Sun energy definitely turned into a negative. 9 of Pentacles, Justice card, 6 of Cups, the Hermit, the 8 of Cups, Seven of Wands. Let's pull a couple more. I'm going to be honest with you. I like Boosie, but when I'm seeing some of these messages, I do feel like he was touched in some way, but I do feel like he was capitalizing off of it. So his first message is to be touched by, right? The sun energy in reverse represent, man, that's not good. That's not cool. That's negative. But he also has next behind it to capitalize off of it. 9 of Pentacles here in his messages. This talks about trying to get some type of benefit out of it, right? Two things can be true at the same time. People do it all the time. People can talk about a topic and monetize it, right? I do feel, with this Justice card, his heart wasn't just totally out of whack. I don't feel like he was just completely being manipulative, but he definitely shows in his messages, he was touched by it, but there's also a hinge of 9 of Pentacles. You were trying to capitalize off of it, right? I do feel like it definitely backed him up. And this message is a 9 of Swords is about him feeling, embarrassed by it. But the 9 of Swords can also represent somebody being a shady character. Somebody that, like, what you doing? Even with that Hermit card, this is the family rejecting it. They don't feel like it's like he's the best fit, the best representative. This is why it's important to really speak to the family. I definitely feel like there's an energy around, like, kind of like making peace with it. But I think, again, like for Boosie, I think, like, you got to be careful, attaching things to people and not having real clarity over, like, the direction the family wants to go in with anything, right? That's just like when people are making funeral arrangements, like, these other people start adding their opinion, and then it just starts to become a negative. So I do feel like there's a message around feeling touched by this story, right? This guy's from Baton Rouge. This happened at the school. Boosie's from Baton Rouge. But there's also a message around, capitalizing on it in some way, right? Attaching himself. Justice card is about like, taking action. Um, that's what it talks about. Family definitely shows rejecting this, right? In some way. And even in the Eight of Cups, I mean, again, that's why I say you don't know what somebody's background is, how somebody feel about you, if they involved in your music. I'm a Lil Wayne fan, but my dad totally 100% think Lil Wayne is not like, he's like, he ain't it, right? So I can see my dad saying, you just got to remember what a person's family thinks about it. But Boosie definitely shows in that Nine of Swords here. It was perceived as, for them, it was perceived like, like you weren't being, like you weren't using your discernment. So let's read some of the stuff that Boosie was saying in his messages, because he definitely seemed hurt by it. But I think you gotta really look at the bigger picture and say, before we make any type of decisions around attaching somebody's name or likeness to anything that makes a profit, like, please, like, before you even activate, before you put a contract together, before you take $1, before you announce anything, be very clear with the family first, right? Let's see. So let's see, Boosie. Let's see what he wrote. He wrote, you can call me too. The revenue I bring to the capital city is unmatched. The fun and excitement is unmatched. No violence, 6 years in a row. They just had a violent event. He just, not in Louisiana, but he just had somebody get shot at some event recently. And that's not the first time. Instead of trying to bring me down and take me, maybe y'all should allow me to put in the position to make a change in the city. I've heard that the Attorney General has a grudge against rappers. If that is the case, you need to sit down with me and talk. Just like you should have sat down with Caleb's family and really made sure you reached out to somebody at all lengths before you made any announcements, right? Give everybody that same courtesy. I'm not just a rapper. I'm a rapper. I'm a daddy. I'm a filmmaker, an entrepreneur, and philanthropist. This is the reason why I left the damn state. Y'all won't let me be great. Shaking my head. It's all good. I will forever be. So then he writes, can someone from the family call me? He puts his phone number up. No one is trying to get us online. I've been trying to get y'all 20K since it brought to my attention. University, no one wants to put us in contact. This is a shame. Doing me, said Liz Morel, you can call me too. So he's saying like he's trying to get in contact, but it feels like to me that he really didn't make contact with anybody to clarify anything for real. So this is where all the confusion is coming in at. Seems like he's seemed like he really hasn't been making true direct contact. Because if you did, then you wouldn't be having all this confusion going on. Give me the energy around this Attorney General Liz Morel, Murral. I think that's how you say it. What's our problem? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Let's shuffle this a little bit more. What is her? She feels he's being deceptive. Deceptive practices. Shady character. She feels he's being deceptive. And she's standing on business with it too. She is the musician and the Queen of Swords. I wouldn't be surprised if she speaks out about it. Even in that Page of Swords energy that talks about being deceptive, manipulative, all talk, no action. Like, again, I think she could have done a better job of maybe reaching out to Boosie too before she started just saying. But again, when you just put things out there, you can't control how somebody responds to it. Again, this is an investigation that's ongoing. This involves college students. Somebody might end up in jail. The family is probably in an uproar. The school is in an uproar. This is a sensitive topic and you're attaching yourself to it, right? You're attaching yourself to something that you probably should have kind of stayed out of and then really made clear that you made clear that, Boosie got enough legal trouble. Why you over there messing with this? So let's see. Let's see what this talks about. High Priestess energy here in her messages. That just represents somebody who, she said what she said. It is what it is, right? And then her Eight of Wands is in reverse too with Boosie. That talks about discord and dispute. She really didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. Even the family, I feel like the family has some challenges with it too. Because when you see that Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that could represent like they don't trust your motives for real. I think two things could be true at the same time. I think he was touched by it, but I also think like he not that us, making any money off of Caleb, every dime, if you're going to say that you're going to do something, every single penny should go to, like, I just don't feel like he should have been using his name, his likeness, doing interviews or anything until he really made touch with somebody in this man's family. And this is where all the confusion is coming in at. You say, I'm trying to get in touch. Nobody trying to put us in touch. You need to make sure you're on the phone with that man's mama, his daddy, his uncle, his granny, somebody before you do anything. Again, you don't know how the people feel about rap, how the people feel about Boosie, how they feel about like what he, you got to remember Boosie has a reputation for, he actually was in jail for a period of time for attempted murder. The stuff that he be doing with his son is very inappropriate in my opinion. I just saw him on 120 versus 1. Like all this, Boosie's attached to some negative stuff. And he just was literally locked up for having a gun. He's literally trying to fight a charge to not even go to jail himself, and he's attaching himself to the situation. I think he needs to think bigger than just what I'm doing. Like you got to think like, do nobody asked you to do it, which is great. You did it, appreciate it, great thought. But you got to remember that someone going to be associated and affiliated. I mean, even me as a spiritualist, they may have some. I remember when I was trying to find a website. And I remember I had one of my clients put me in touch with a lady, and she didn't want to do my website. She was from, I think, Nigeria or something like that. She didn't want to do my website because I was a spiritualist. Some people, they want to have the choice to deal with who they want to deal with. And I think like by you speaking on it, talking about it on your social media, actually did a local interview with the local news or whatever you did. I think like you kind of overstepped a little bit of the boundaries, and I think I did. But the one thing I do like is that they have temperance there, and that temperance represents to find balance in the situation, right? But this is just a lesson. Like we shouldn't just assume. We shouldn't take liberties. We shouldn't just activate until we have clear-cut clarity. And even if you haven't reached out to anybody, you get a lawyer, and you get that lawyer to reach out to those people's family. In a legal way, if you really want to do something for real. Okay? But I appreciate that Boosie was touched by this and, and had it in his heart to want to do something. But I think we have to think bigger than just like what's in front of us, right? Again, people may not agree with your background, what you stand for, what you associate with, your music. They may not want to be, want their son attached to his likeness to be attached to your brand. You don't know what people are going through. They may want to be they're from the South and Baton Rouge of all places, probably from Prairieville. Some people probably don't even want to be, is splattered all over the news. Probably some private people that's low key and now they got to deal with all this extra drama. So we got to think bigger than ourselves. And I think Boosie, what he should do is just say, you know what? I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm going to try to understand it. I'm going to take a step back. And the next time I'll make sure that I really have contact before or context around it. And before I attach myself to the situation. But I do appreciate the fact that he was trying to be helpful, right? Don't stop your Boosie bash on the strength of this. That's what people want you to do. They want you to do stuff like that, right? I wouldn't stop nothing. No, who's Liz Morale? Like what's she gonna be in 20 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever don't stop what you're doing. Give me the energy around the Caleb Wilson situation. Will any of these young men be charged for this crime? Will there be justice for him? I do not like those fraternity. You know, fraternity and sorority life in Louisiana is a big, big thing, y'all. I don't know if y'all know that. It's huge down here. Um, you know, hazing has been a known thing that the colleges actually tolerate and allow and turn a blind eye to. Will there be any justice in the Caleb Wilson story, situation? Caleb Wilson. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, developments, closure, clarity. Definitely investigation still going on. Five of Cups, funeral energy, alliances, more people knowing about it. Four of Wands, celebration of life, energy. Six of Wands in reverse, punishment. So they're going to be punished for this. It's not going to be, these guys, are their lives are going to be ruined, you know, for hazing foolishness, child. Y'all got punishment coming your way. Okay? So sometimes you got to think about the consequences of your actions. All right. Anyway, y'all, take care. Stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. I'm out of here. This is just the situation with Boosie. Just praying for Caleb's family and the healing and, you know, rest in peace to him. And hopefully this is a big lesson to these colleges out here about this hazing, this fraternity life. Fraternity life, sorority life is a great opportunity to connect and to network and to build the community up, but there's some aspects to it that they definitely need to be looked at, and especially in those fraternities. I was with a guy for like 7 years. He was a mega, and we get kind of wild. So anyway, y'all, have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Throw your thoughts in here. I feel like two things could be true at the same time. He was touched by the experience, and then he used it to, you know, he used it in some way before he really got real clarity over it. I know he kind of said, well, I've been trying to, you know, you didn't connect enough to where you're right where you're at, right? Take care, stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. Put yourself in those parents' shoes, right? You know, something happened to your child. Maybe you want him to be associated, maybe you don't, but it needs to be clarified, right? Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Don't forget the book at BlueNolaTarot.com. I'm out. This is on Boosie and the situation. I don't believe Boosie's going to get sued in any way. Because, you know, he looked like he kind of just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. But, yeah, don't stop your Boosie bash trying to strengthen nobody. That, you know, don't hold no power with you. It's just threats. But I definitely feel like you need to probably, temperance does represent they'll find the balance in the situation, but hopefully they can. Take care. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.